What's up guys, it's Tom here and welcome to a brand new Liverpool news video, and this is a very interesting video because Jurgen Klopp's agent came out and said that Jurgen Klopp could leave England because of the weather, which is very strange, and I'm not sure if it's serious or not, but later Jurgen Klopp responded to that and clarified it in an interview, so you guys need to listen to this because it's a very interesting story. And in this video we will also take a look at what Jurgen Klopp replied to Guardiola's comments about congratulations, Liverpool are champions, and what Jurgen Klopp said is also very interesting. And we will preview the Napoli-Liverpool Champions League match tonight. So if you are excited for that game and if you enjoy these videos, leave a like. It just takes 1 second for you guys to press the like button and subscribe if you are new to my channel. So Jurgen Klopp could leave Liverpool because of the British weather, said Jurgen Klopp's agent Mark Kosicka, and of course he was joking, but that wasn't apparent at the time, and Jurgen Klopp later only clarified that. So this is what the agent said initially, and when I first read these quotes I wasn't really sure whether he was serious or whether he was sarcastic, because in print you don't actually hear the tone in his voice, and actually this is what the agent said to Go.com. Jurgen's contract is still valid until 2022, and it is open secret that the club Liverpool FC would like to extend the contract. We still have a little time for that. We must wait and see how everything develops and whether climate change will bring better weather to England or only to Germany. When I've heard like the Jurgen Klopp's agent talking about climate change, what is this all about? And then he said, one should not underestimate the bad weather. I remember that in November or December, Liverpool first asked for a contract extension, and I said, let's wait. Ulla, Jurgen Klopp's wife, and Jurgen get up in the morning and it's dark. When they meet again in the evening, it is also dark, or it is great and there is a drizzle. It has nothing to do with the weather and climate change. It all has to do with seasons and everything like that. So I don't understand why the agent really said that it is because of the bad weather that Jurgen Klopp wants to leave Liverpool. It's quite nonsensical. But this is what the agent said. During this time, the coaches in England sometimes have to prepare for up to 13 games. They are always exhausted and it is not so easy. So it's a quite weird, strange interview that the Jurgen Klopp agent gave to the media. And of course Jurgen Klopp was asked about this in his pre-match press conference before the Napoli-Liverpool game, and Jurgen Klopp clarified those comments, and this is what he said, and I think we can all calm down after hearing what Jurgen Klopp has to say. My agent wanted to make a joke, so I have to be serious, otherwise I could make a lot of jokes about the weather. It was German humor, obviously nobody got it. No, there's nothing in that story, nobody got his joke. And Jurgen Klopp told the German magazine Kicker that the likelihood is that he will take a 1-year sabbatical after his contract is up in 3 seasons in 2022. This is what Jurgen Klopp said. It looks like it. Who can now say if I can give my all in 3 years' time? If I decide for myself that I can't go on anymore, I will take a break. And in that year, I would have to make a definite decision if I want to continue at all or retire from professional football. I have absolutely a lot of energy right now, but I have one problem. I can't do a little bit. I can only do all or nothing. But the chances are very high that my energy levels will go up again after a 1-year break, and that I can then do the job the way I want to. Of course, this is a very concerning for Liverpool fans, but Jurgen Klopp said this: I will not leave before my Liverpool contract is ending. That is my side. That is why a contract is important. We have enough time to make decisions in that department. Yeah, 2.5, 3 years is more than enough time for Jurgen Klopp to decide what he wants to do. There is no need to do it right now, Jurgen Klopp said. 3 years is really a bit early to be concerned. It is just a contract. So that's the gist of it. I think that What I really don't understand in this whole scenario is what was the goal or the aim of the agent? Why was he bringing in the weather, climate change, and being dark in the mornings and in the evenings? Maybe Jurgen Klopp isn't like 100% happy with the lifestyle besides managing Liverpool, because of course Liverpool is not a city with all sunshine and rainbows and it's not a Spain warm weather climate. But I'm not sure if it's that different to Germany, because German weather is also not as sunny as somewhere like in Spain or Italy or Portugal. So I'm not sure if the German and England weather is that different, to be honest. So I'm not sure, because Jurgen Klopp was growing up next to the Black Forest, and actually there the weather is not that much warmer than in England. So I don't really understand why the agent was maybe blaming the weather for one of the reasons why Jurgen Klopp wants to leave. Maybe he was really just joking and it's German humor and nobody really understood it, and Jurgen Klopp is right in his comments. It's a very interesting and very strange interview. I thought that you guys would be interested in hearing this. And ahead of Liverpool again starting another Champions League campaign, and it's even like incredible for me to say that Liverpool are aiming to reach the Champions League final for the third year in a row, which is incredible in its own right. And if somebody said since the end of 2 seasons ago Liverpool lost fewer games in the Premier League than we reached Champions League finals, which is like mind-blowing to me, honestly. Like, we reached 2 Champions League finals in a little over than a year, and we only lost 1 Premier League game from that time until today. And it's just mind-blowing, remarkable. And also Liverpool being on a 14-game winning streak in the Premier League is also incredible. But it doesn't feel like that, because there has been a big summer break between those 14 games. But this is what Jurgen Klopp said about the fact that his players probably don't need a lot of motivation after winning the Champions League going into this season's competition. And Jurgen Klopp's comments are very interesting, so listen to this. If you go nuts and start taking drugs and drinking and driving all kinds of different cars or whatever, and leave your missus at home because you are now the Champions League winner, then I can't help you. But we are not like this. We want to create more stories to remember in the future, and not only this one. So we cannot stick to that. I have no idea how I could use the fact that I won the Champions League with the boys, so I didn't even think about it. And so far this season Liverpool have won 5 games out of 5, which is the perfect start. But I think now the big test comes. Napoli away, Chelsea away. Those will be 2 games where I think Liverpool will be tested to their limit. But we can win at any ground. And I think last season when Napoli beat us, this has been a very good lesson for Liverpool, that we got it tactically wrong mainly. And I think this season we will see a very different Liverpool playing in Naples. And also Jurgen Klopp responded to the Guardiola mind games, where Guardiola said, congratulations, Liverpool are already champions, but it's very early in the season. Of course he was sarcastic, but in the media the headlines said like Guardiola is serious about it. And Jurgen Klopp was asked, is Liverpool the best team in Europe because we won the Champions League? And this is what Jurgen Klopp said. Well, because Man City is the best team in the world, in my opinion, that's the same planet as our planet, I heard. So there are a lot of good teams out there, and yet you have to prove your worth constantly. Last season we were really good. I'm not too sure we were the best team in Europe, but we were really good in the right moments, and that's why we won the Champions League. And I'm not sure if you can categorically say who is the best team in Europe right now. If you go by the Champions League, then Liverpool are the best team. But if you go by all the top leagues in the world, then you have to say there are probably 3 best teams in the world right now: Liverpool, Manchester City and Barcelona. Those really stand out. And then just below them are Juventus, Bayern Munich, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid are still a very, very good team. and yeah, sometimes even Dortmund can play like they are very very good on the same level as Bayern Munich. Not consistently, but sometimes they are as good. So I think that the quest to find out who is the best team, I think this season's Premier League title race and the Champions League will show us whether Liverpool are truly one of the best teams. If we really want to be the best team, what we need to do is reach Champions League semi-finals consistently. It's no good winning one Champions League and then not winning any more in the coming years. So Jurgen Klopp still has 3 years left at Liverpool. At least what we need to do is at least win one Premier League in those 3 years, and at least win one Champions League or one FA Cup or one League Cup. So at least we need to win, I think, 2 or 3 more trophies for Jurgen Klopp to really consider his time at Liverpool as a true success. I think it's already a success, but I think that Liverpool are capable of winning big trophies because we have the team and the squad and the mentality and everything. And Jurgen Klopp continued, "We don't feel the burden of last season because I don't know exactly how that should feel, to be honest. It's long ago, 3 or 4 months. The question keeps coming up about whether teams will play differently against us. I have no clue, to be honest. I never went into a Champions League season winning the Champions League the year before, so we will experience that together for the first time. I hope we are prepared for that." And Jordan Henderson was asked, does he think that Liverpool are favourites for the Champions League? And this is what he answered. "I think it's too early to be saying stuff like that. For us, we started the season really well and we just want to continue that on. We still feel that we can improve and get better. That's what we try to do against Napoli, and we try to give everything and start the campaign off really well." Divock Origi is absent from the Liverpool squad because he sprained his ankle, twisted his ankle in the Newcastle game. And also we have Alisson, Naby Keita, Nathan Clyne missing with long-term injuries. But the fitness of left back Andy Robertson is also a doubt, so he will be assessed before the game. Arkadiusz Milik looks like to miss out for Napoli, and also they have an injury doubt of Lorenzo Insigne, but Insigne could be still fit for the game. I think that's a big one. Whether Insigne is not fit or not for Napoli, I think that alters their tactics, and Insigne, in my opinion, is Napoli's best player alongside Dries Mertens. Mertens scored 2 goals against Sampdoria in the 2-0 win of Napoli on the weekend, and I think Napoli will set up similarly to last season with a 4-3-3 formation and with Mertens, Callejon and potentially Insigne up front, and I think they have some very dangerous players. Liverpool really need to be on their A game. Otherwise, if we just be at 90%, we can easily lose to Napoli because they are one of the best teams in Europe. Even though last season they couldn't qualify to the knockout stages, but that was because they met Liverpool. And this season I expect both Napoli and Liverpool to comfortably qualify from the group stage, but whoever wins the group will have an advantage in the knockout stages, and I wanted that to be Liverpool. So at least we need at least a draw against Napoli, but I really want to see Liverpool win this game because that will boost our confidence even more to go into the Chelsea game. And over the last 2 Champions League campaigns, Liverpool have scored more goals, 65, and won more games, 15, than any other side in the competition. And that's no surprise because we went to the final in both seasons and won one of them. Since 1995, no Champions League winner has lost their opening game. Following AC Milan lost in a 94-95 campaign against Ajax, so it was probably 94, so even longer. That's a long time. 94 is a long time away. Since then, there has been 24 games of Champions League winners never losing their opening games. So that's a good omen for Liverpool, but stats don't really mean that much. And Liverpool forward Sadio Mane has scored 14 goals in 24 Champions League appearances. And if he scores against Napoli, then he will equal Didier Drogba's record of 25 appearances to score his first 15 goals in the Champions League, which is the current quickest to 15 goals by an African player. That is actually very, very impressive. Liverpool have the only game in 74 games in the Champions League against Napoli last season away from home, where we didn't have a single shot on target when we lost 1-0. It was a very off day for Liverpool, and it can happen again, so I really hope it doesn't, but we have to be very careful and we have to be much more attacking and much more proactive against Napoli if we want to get anything out of this one. And Napoli boss Carlo Ancelotti believes that Liverpool are an even better team after their Champions League win last season. This is what Ancelotti, the Napoli manager, said. We are playing the best team in Europe and they haven't dropped any points in the Premier League yet. The result is very important in matches like this, but it's even more important we have the confidence to match the best teams out there. Last year we were in a really tough group and we very nearly qualified. We are determined to erase the disappointment of last season, which had a psychological effect on us in the Serie A too. Normally it's the European champions who are favourites, but we hope it ends the same way as last year's game at the San Paolo Stadium. Liverpool have improved because winning the Champions League gives you belief and confidence. Napoli have improved as well. We have bolstered our squad with the addition of some quality players, and I think it will be a great game. Hard fought and intense. I expect a very close game and I think it will be one goal in it. My prediction will be, I think, a narrow 2-1 Liverpool win, because I still feel that Liverpool are in such great form that we can go to Napoli and win there. But I wouldn't be too disappointed with the draw. Let's see what happens. Now Ancelotti also added, we want to play a starring role in the Champions League. First by reaching the knockout stages and then cementing our place as one of Europe's top clubs. We know how good we are and we want to prove it on the international stage. Of course, that's what all the big clubs want to do, but it's easier to say that than to actually do it. Napoli, I think we'll go through comfortably from the group stages. They are a much better side than Salzburg and Genk. No disrespect to those teams, but both Salzburg and Genk are, rookies in the Champions League. This will be their first season in the Champions League ever, so they aren't used to the whole competition and the level of teams that they are meeting. And Napoli, I think, can go to the quarterfinals if they are on their A game. I'm not sure if they can beat a big team like a Bayern Munich or a Barcelona or a Real Madrid if they meet them, but we shall wait and see. I mean, they beat Liverpool last season, so they can do it against other teams as well. And Trent Alexander-Arnold gave a very interesting interview. This is what he said. A lot of the players that we have are world class. They know what it takes to win things and what it takes to be successful. So I'm pretty sure that we will be able to embrace that as a team. I think we have so far this season in the Premier League. We have a big target on our backs and everybody wants to beat us. Last season we did so well and this season we are up there again. Lots of teams will want to come to Anfield to try to beat us, play different ways, and we know that it's going to be a big test for us. But we need to be ready for all types of tests. Being able to keep clean sheets and being able to win away from home is massively important, especially in the Champions League, when you probably only get 1 or 2 chances in a game to beat teams and get results. You are playing against Europe's elite and it's about maximizing your opportunities. I think what will be crucial is Liverpool's away form in the Champions League, because last season in the Champions League group stages Liverpool have lost every away game without fail, and that is not good enough. We got actually a little bit lucky qualifying to the knockout stages. And of course in the knockout stages Liverpool came alive and the rest is history. We knocked out Bayern, Porto, Barcelona and Tottenham. But in the group stages we lost to Paris Saint-Germain, Napoli and Red Star Belgrade. Especially the Red Star Belgrade result was the worrying result that almost cost Liverpool a place in the knockout stages, but thankfully it didn't, and the rest is history. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, have a nice day, see you later, goodbye.